and you could very easily perform destructuring of the object inside of the function parameters section. What I mean? Let's create here a new function called computer info, and I'll use arrow function syntax. Here will be assignment operator, and on the right side will be arrow function syntax like that. Here will be arrow function body, and let's say that here inside of parameters section I want to add two parameters, type and rem. And here in this arrow function, let me print to the console following: type colon. Here I'll use strings concatenation, so I could use plus operator. Here will be type variable, plus again, and here will be space, rem, colon, and again plus operator and rem variable like that. And also let's return, for instance, array with two elements, type and rem, like this. And now let's here below print to the console result of the function call, and here will be computer info, and let's call this function with two arguments. Type will be laptop and rem will be, let's say, 32, like that. Let's save changes, and now here in the console I see type laptop rem 32. It's a result of this console log statement. We used strings concatenation here. And also this function returns array with two elements, type and rem. That's why here I see laptop and 32 as a result of this console log statement. Wonderful. But what is important to mention here? When you call computer info function here, you need to put those arguments exactly in such order. First needs to be type, and next needs to be rem. If you change order here, first will be rem, it is number, and second will be string, then here you'll get completely different result. Type is 32 and rem is laptop. That's incorrect behavior of this computer info function. That's why order is important here, and when you call a function, you need to know what is the order of the parameters here inside of this function. Of course, IntelliSense here in VS Code, for instance, will tell you which parameters are specified in the function and what is the order of those parameters. For instance, here we see that type is first parameter and rem is second parameter. It actually works well with couple of parameters like in this example. But what if there are 10 parameters inside of the function? How you'll track order of the arguments in each function call? It is very difficult. That's why it is possible to use object destructuring in order to avoid keeping track of order of the parameters in the function. Let me show you how to do that. Let's here define new variable, and let's name it my laptop, like that. It will be an object with two keys. Type is laptop and rem is 32, like that. And now I could pass this object, my laptop, as argument here in this function call, instead of those two arguments. So simply my laptop, like that. And now here inside of this function, I could change those two parameters just to one parameter, called computer, like that. And here inside of the function, I could destructure two keys from this object, using object destructuring syntax, const. Here in curly braces will be type and rem, like that. Here after assignment operator will be computer, like this. Let's save changes, and I get exactly the same result as before. Type is laptop here and rem is 32. Now there is just single parameter in this function, and we pass single argument in this function call. It is an object with two keys, type and rem. And basically now I could perform this destructuring directly here in the parameter section. Let me copy this part from here and remove entirely this line, and instead of computer, I'll insert here such syntax. With this syntax in place, you will destructure type and rem directly here in the parameter section from the single argument that will be passed here in this function call. Let's now save changes, and result is the same as before. And what is nice here is that you could change order of those variables here, because those are variables inside of this function. You could type first rem, and afterwards will be type, like that. Let's save changes, and result is exactly the same as before. That's how you could use object destructuring in the function parameter section. It is very, very useful.